So some quite tough language from Merkel. What else did she have to say?
Well, she was standing on a stage with written above her head in giant letters, "For Europe, for Germany," and she tried to link the destiny of the two and justify her policies in the euro debt crisis for the past 2 years, essentially, explaining to the party faithful that the creation of that giant pool of money known as the European Financial and Stability Fund was necessary if the euro was to survive. She said if the euro dies, then Europe dies, and there's wide recognition here in Germany that the country's economy needs the euro to survive if Germany is to continue as an exporting nation. She also called for the creation of a form of economic government, which is not entirely new. She's brought this up with French President Nicolas Sarkozy, for example, in public before, where countries that spent too much money and didn't come up with healthy budgets could be dragged before the European Court of Justice and penalized. So that they would adopt healthier financial practices. So basically, she went through some of the things she's been saying for a number of months now, as skepticism has grown in the Christian Democratic Union about whether it's really worth all the money that Germany has been paying to save the euro.
And Nick, you mentioned some of the penalties there that might be imposed for kind of misbehaving members of the euro. But what happened to all the talk last week about countries being able to leave the euro and not to the European Union?
We were looking forward to that, and it didn't really happen. Certainly Angela Merkel didn't mention it at all. And it's worth underlining that when that discussion was brought forward in the Christian Democratic Union, it was really at a moment when, almost in a fit of pique, they decided to say, well, look, we should look at an exit for countries that aren't behaving well, because at that time, the Greek Prime Minister was talking about having a referendum on the latest bailout, you'll recall, Lauren, which deeply angered Angela Merkel and Nicolas Sarkozy, and they summoned him to Cannes and said, look, you must think about this again, and he backed down. However, even mentioning the possibility that Greece could leave the Eurozone, which the French and German leaders did do, caused widespread betting against Greece and the ailing economies of the Eurozone. This is opening Pandora's box in this crisis to even talk about countries leaving the Eurozone. So Angela Merkel last Thursday said, we will defend the Eurozone in its current form, all 17 members. No more talk about any country leaving now. It's just basically a red rag to a bull as far as the markets are concerned.
OK, Nick, thank you very much indeed. Nick Spicer live in Berlin with all the added colour of a horse and cart going past you.